Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ringside Ramblers podcast. I'm Alex, and I'm joined on this episode by Alfonso and Rohit. And for this episode, we will be taking part in part 2 of the Ringside Ramblers End of Year Awards for 2024. Now, if you haven't already, go and watch part 1, where we have given out a few awards already. And please drop a like on this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Ringside Ramblers on YouTube. But without further ado, let's jump into part 2 of our end of year awards. So, Alfonso and Rohit, welcome to the show. And are you ready to ramble?
Hello, amigos. Yes, I am ready to ramble. Me gusta.
I'm also ready to ramble. Thank you for the Spanish, Rohit. That's very kind of you. Please don't do that again.
I
Thank you.
apologize. I
Uh,
butchered that probably. So I throw
I'm
tea
kidding.
Mucho.
up
I'm
a bit.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm ready to ramble. I'm very excited about January 6th. Not because they're going to attack the White House, but because we're having Raw on Netflix. So I guess everybody's going to be happy. But maybe Chris Jericho's wife is going to be very angry about it. But yeah,
Oh, that's
I'm ready to give away some awards, man.
that's gonna be a good day because you're gonna have New Japan's New Year Dash, which is like the Raw after Mania for them, and Raw on Netflix on that day. So that's gonna be a fun day.
Some
It's going
big
to be a very
days,
fun day.
It's gonna be
big
a fun.
days in wrestling to come. So,
Yeah.
let's jump in to the awards. We've got 5 awards to give away tonight.
Woohoo.
We did 5 on the previous show. Like I said, go and check that one out. So, first award for this show is Best Babyface for the year 2024. So, we will start with you, Alfonso.
I'm
Who
going
has
to
been
go.
the best
Yeah,
babyface?
yeah. I'm going to go with the easy answer. Is the new face of WWE. Is because I don't think Roman Reigns is a baby face. He's not a baby face yet. So for me, it's going to be Cody Rhodes. He's the new face of WWE. Little kids love him. The company loves him, and he's still going strong. I was hoping he lost the title around these dates, but he's a good baby face. He cuts nice promos. He hasn't cried in a while, which is surprising for me, to be honest. But he has been a very good baby face, so yeah, he's the one for me.
Solid choice, I think.
Hmm?
Um, Rohit, let's come to you. Who do you think has been the best babyface in the year of 2024?
The thing is, for me, I found this the hardest one because for me,
Yeah,
no one like felt super babyface to. Yeah, people were good guys and babyface characters, but no one felt like that we had like in previous years. Like no one really had that. So I was like thinking, who should I go? And then it hit me. My babyface of the year is Alfonso.
woo! Woo!
He deserves it.
It's
No,
hard to argue what a
for
babyface
sure.
he is.
For sure. But yeah, Cody is a good shout, obviously. And but for me it's like even though he is a babyface character, obviously, it's like in my opinion, he's just got more like neutral
Heelish.
reactions. Like it's not like you don't feel for him as much, at least that's in my opinion. So I was like, is he so I was stuck between two, which was one of them was Sami Zayn. I think you can't go wrong with him. And the other one was Orange Cassidy. So it's a toss up. I just went with Sami Zayn. So yeah, not too
This
sure.
is this is interesting because we've all got somebody different. See, my babyface of the year, I thought about Cody, but I think Cody Rhodes is a heel to his core. I really do. I know the kids love him, but
Yes,
the suits, the way he talks, all of that stuff, I think he's a massive heel in waiting.
I feel like at the moment it's like he's trying to be so much of a baby face as a heel, and eventually the facade's gonna drop and be like, oh, you
Yeah,
didn't
I
like me in the
cannot.
first place, and blah de blah. So I don't know. It
I
just
cannot, I cannot argue with that. To be honest, I think you're right. Like he's going
yeah.
to be the biggest freaking heel ever. But Right now, he's a baby face, man.
He
He's
has been a good
technically,
baby
yeah.
face this year. I also thought of Orange Cassidy, Rohit. He
Hmm.
was right up there for me
Yeah.
because how can you hate Orange Cassidy? The fans just love him. But
Exactly.
my baby face of the year is actually CM Punk.
Ah,
Now he obviously like plays a kind of anti-hero character, so he does do some dickish things. However, the
That's
fans
no,
absolutely love him.
but that's why I didn't put him in my list because I don't think he's a true baby face.
I
He's
yeah.
more
think
a he's more like a twinner, like Roman Reigns, you
But
know.
the fan reaction for him is just insane. Like he's got
But
like a cult like following.
you know who gets better reactions than him, and it's not Jey Uso, it's me. So I'm the baby face of the year. Thank you very
I
much.
have I have to agree. I think it's Alfonso because that was a heel move, Alex. So no.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, very heel move from your side, Alex. Very bad.
being the heel of this trio, Alfonso, you are not getting this award. I'm sorry. So we have to now come to an agreement. So
Mhm.
because I thought Orange Cassidy too. So
Yeah.
is there a chance we can go for Orange Cassidy here?
I can go for Orange
Yeah.
Cassidy. I can go for that.
Like I
Okay, all
mentioned, the
right.
other options I had was Sami Zayn, was one I mentioned. The two I
Great
did
choice.
mention was Tanahashi and Will Ospreay, just because I was trying to think who else was there that I could feel something for. Those were the only other two names that came up for me. Like,
Sami Zayn is a brilliant choice. He is
yeah,
like he's such an amazing babyface,
I feel
and like
like, yeah, go on,
Al-
finish.
Alfonso said, Jey Uso too, because he's just
Yeah.
been getting huge reactions all year.
I feel like Sami Zayn and Orange Cassidy like fulfill the same role on their respective shows almost, which is pretty cool.
So there we have it. We've come to an agreement. The babyface of the year is Orange Cassidy.
Ex-
So from best babyface, you know what's coming next?
Best
Best
heel.
heel.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Rohit, we'll start with you. Who has been the best heel in wrestling in 2024?
Well, I think the fans all know him. Every time we talk about him, he does the intro of the show. It's Alex. Sorry, I just had to do that. That was a perfect opportunity.
I'm a
Thank you,
miserable
Rohit. Thank
heel.
you.
I am a miserable heel.
So again, I was thinking a couple. I feel like there was like I've got three names and they're all for different reasons in a sense. But I think the one I went with is Gabe Kidd.
It's a
That's the
great choice.
that's the one I went just because he's batshit crazy, he does some crazy stuff, says some crazy stuff, and he gets great reactions. And yeah, the other two, I won't say it, I'll let you go first, but I think one of them, I think, is the one you guys might pick. So I'm not gonna say it just yet, but yeah, Gabe Kidd for me.
Okay. Alfonso, who's your heel of the year?
I also had three names on my list. I had a name from New Japan Pro Wrestling, who is Gabe Kidd. I have another one from WWE, who is Drew McIntyre. And I think is going to be your choice, Alex. And I have an extra choice that is from CMLL, and his name is Kemalito. If you don't know CMLL, there is a little guy wrestler called Kemonito, who is a blue monkey. You have seen the gif where he gets kicked outside of the ring. He's
What,
very funny.
what the
But
fuck?
Yeah,
this year he got attacked by his nemesis, who is Kemalito, who is a little demon, and Kemalito means what an evil guy. So Kemalito was a big shout for me this year because he has done a lot of heelish things to Kemonito. He even retired the original Kemonito, so now we have a new Kemonito in CMLL. But I'm going with Rohit, and I'm going to give it to Gabe Kidd because that guy was chasing babies. That guy was attacking kids. That guy, the promos, he doesn't give a fuck, and that's what I
he
love
doesn't.
about Gabe Kidd.
I mean, he rocked
I
up
love
to
him.
Pro Wrestling Noah and just took the belt, like the main world title there, and like just stole it and just kept disrespecting it while he was there before his title match. So it's just
That was
brilliant.
that was incredible. Like he does things that you're thinking, how the hell are they letting him do that as a heel?
Yeah, I mean, he
He
said
has
to Tanahashi, like, you basically doing sexual favors for Tony Khan. You- in a weird way. Obviously, I'm not gonna say the exact words, but
He
But yeah,
he has
like
been
he.
an absolute arsehole all
yeah,
year.
basically.
Um,
What? What about
so
you, Alex?
so I had three as well. You've mentioned two of them. My vote is for Drew McIntyre. I think he's just been this new character he's tapped into where he's just so angry with everything and everyone, and it's he's just been brilliant this year. I also had Gabe Kidd,
Hmm.
and I also had the man that everybody loves to just boo out of the building to the point where he can't speak, and that's Dominic Mysterio.
Okay, okay.
That's the
Now
other
let
name
me.
I had.
But no, no, no. Let me say some things, and
Okay.
I want to be very clear with you guys. Like hating on Dominic Mysterio is cool. That's why people hate him.
Yeah,
Like he's not really a heel,
I agree, and
and
that's why I can't vote for him as the best heel.
Yes.
and Drew McIntyre is a justified heel. Like everything he says, it has some meaning. He's not a hater just for being a hater. And then you have Gay Kid that he's an asshole. So I'm voting for the asshole, man. Like Gabe Kid has been just an asshole, and that's what you want as a heel.
The
Yeah,
other
I
name
think
I
this is
had. Go on, sorry, finish. Go for it.
no. I think this is unanimous. Although I would just side with McIntyre, but Gabe Kidd I think takes the win on this one, doesn't he?
Yeah,
So
for sure. The
yeah,
other name I had
so
was Evil, but that was more go away heat, but he just gets heat. So,
no no one wants to go away
so he's
heat.
always worth a shout, but yeah, Game Kid for me as well, yeah, for sure.
So our best heel for 2024 is Gabe Kidd. Now, next award, and for me, this one is so obvious, and it's the
Yeah.
only right answer. That is best feud of 2024, and I'm just going to come right out and say it: CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. There cannot be any other answer, guys.
For me as well, like you have the old formula, three matches, a great trilogy. You can even discuss if CM Punk was the right winner on that trilogy. Like if Drew McIntyre had beaten CM Punk, that would be okay as well. But then you have to switch CM Punk to the dark side sooner than expected. I think that's why CM Punk won, because if he's going to turn heel, he's going to turn heel maybe next year. So no, this year. And I think the Hell in a Cell match is incredible. So yeah, I'm going to choose as well that feud.
It has to be. They started off at the Royal Rumble where McIntyre injured Punk. Then they built it into the storyline. Punk cost him the world title at WrestleMania. Then he cost him the world title in Scotland. And then McIntyre beat the crap out of him in Chicago. And they've just absolutely hated each other all year for legit reasons, for valid reasons. It's just been an amazing feud and had three amazing matches culminating in that Hell in a Cell match.
What do
So
you think, Rohit?
Rohit, yeah. Surely you agree. Come
Yeah,
on.
definitely deserve a winner, and yeah, I got nothing like bad to say about it. So again, I'm all for it, and yeah, like you said, the Hell in a Cell match was really good. The rivalry that they had, the back and forth, the storytelling was really good as well. Like it was booked really well, and we gotta give credit to Triple H for that one, I'm assuming. So
Did you
again,
have another one in mind, Rohit, other than this
I had
one?
again, this one was a bit tricky one just because the Punk and Drew one stood out a lot, and I just felt like in terms of feuds, there weren't that many like well-established ones. So I had like two other like feuds that did give a quick mention, which was Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland. I think that was really good this year.
Great feud. Great feud. Yep.
And one that I liked personally because it was also a cross promotion first was Tomohiro Ishii versus Masa Kitamiya from which was a New Japan versus Noah feud, which they had three really good matches in the first half of this year, and they were just a bit of fun and rivalry and competitiveness between the two. So yeah, but yeah, Punk Drew not mad at it. I think it deserves it pretty much. So yeah.
So there we have
But
it. Go on, Alfonso.
just I had another one, and I think it deserves a shout, and it's Tony Khan against Creative. Uh,
Hang on a
but
minute. You're the best babyface. Why are you saying things like that?
I'm sorry, it's the New Year's and my birthday is coming soon, so I'm getting to the dark side because I'm getting older. But yeah, I think CM Punk Drew McIntyre is the feud of the year.
Oh, that reminded me before you do. I did think of one more. Speaking of AEW, it's Okada versus Okada trying because he's not been. He hasn't really gone out third gear yet. Come on, like what are we
Oh,
doing?
it's been atrocious, but we're not
It's
hating on
been funny.
AEW, guys.
It's been
We have
funny.
given Orange Cassidy the best babyface award. We just tell it how it is here at Ringside Ramblers.
Yeah,
So, best feud, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. So, let's move on to the next award.
yeah. If
This
you
one
gave
for
out a
me was
funny
a.
person award, Okada would be for a shout for sure. You have to say that. If you...
So, the next one is a difficult one for me was breakout star of 2024. So we will start. Alfonso, let's go to you first on this one. Who do you think has been the breakout star this year? There's been quite a few, hasn't there?
It's very difficult because you can go AEW, you can go WWE, you can go New Japan Pro Wrestling. There have been a lot of new stars coming up, and I think that's beautiful. Like you can go with Obafemi on NXT. You know how much I love Obafemi.
Yeah.
Uh, but to be honest with you guys, I think it's Ludwig Kaiser for me. You know
Oh,
why? Because I didn't think too much of Ludwig Kaiser before this year,
what a
and
great pick.
now when I see Ludwig Kaiser, I see somebody that can break out of Gunther's shadow and become his own villain, and I think that's what you want as a breakout star. So that's my pick.
That is an underrated sleeper pick. Ludwig Kaiser, I'm also a massive fan of. I think he's got so much potential and has all the tools to be an amazing top tier superstar. I'm a big fan of that choice, Alfonso. Rohit, let's come to you. Who do you think has been of the breakout star in 2024?
That was a great shout, Alfonso, and yeah, I won't deny that. And my pick again, I had a couple of names, and there was a lot of, like I said, the youth movement in wrestling right now is really great. You just have new stars and new people being pushed up. I think my pick is someone who's already won an award, and again, it's got to go to Gabe Kidd in my opinion. He's had an amazing year, established himself as a big star. He's getting rewarded early next year with a match against Kenny Omega. He's won his first singles championship in New Japan as well. And I think people realizing, holy shit, this guy can be the next big thing. He can be potentially a future leader of Bullet Club. So yeah, we'll see where he goes. So I'm gonna go with Gabe Kidd.
High praise for Gabe Kidd on this show, fully deserved. Um, This was difficult for me. I have gone different to you guys. I was between two. I was between Mariah May in AEW
Right, yeah. Okay.
and the guy who I have chosen, and that is Braun Breaker.
Hmm, interesting.
I I love, as you guys know, I'm a massive fan of
Yeah,
Braun Breaker. Um, he has had a decent year for sure. He's come up to the main roster. He's won the Intercontinental title a couple of times. He's just looked really, really good in every match he's been in. And I think it's pretty obvious that he is like a future, like top guy in the
yeah,
company, like world champion. Um, so I knew this would be difficult for us three to settle on one because there have been a few, and it's difficult to pinpoint one. So I'm not sure how we're going to do this,
yeah.
but I may lean to Alfonso's Ludwig Kaiser. I think that is a great, great pick. I don't think many would actually think
But
about that, but
but
when you think
I will
about
go. To be honest,
his
I will go with Gabe Kidd as well, as Rohit said. So it's very difficult
It
because,
is.
and to be honest with you guys, I think we have to let this one for the fans. Like
Yeah.
we don't have to choose right now. We can let them decide who's going to win it because, to be honest, like Mariah May is also a great shout. She was in my shortlist
Yeah.
and she lost just for a few. For me, Braun Breaker was last year breakout star,
I
so that's
have
why I
the
didn't put
same
him this
thing.
year.
Yeah, because I feel like he was so big and so well known in NXT already and had a few main roster appearances here and there.
That's
that I
why.
think
That's
he's
why.
already had that pressure. Yeah, I'm not saying he's not a star or he can get bigger still. That's completely true. But yeah, I agree with that, Alfonso. I don't think Braun Breaker is the shout for this year. Not saying he hasn't been great. It's just, yeah, not for breakout star. But
Like,
yeah,
like for me, a breakout star is somebody that you don't expect to be great.
yeah. Like one
Yeah,
of the other
And
names I had was Doki, who's been on the New Japan roster for a while.
yeah,
Yeah,
he has been good.
he's won the junior heavyweight championship. He's beaten like the legacy big three of Ishimori Taiji, Hiromu Takahashi, and El Desperado, and he's gonna have a rematch against El Desperado at the Tokyo Dome. So it's just like out of nowhere, and he's been
But
like one of his
if
own future stars as well in Master Wato. So
yeah, no, but you're right. But if we go back to your
yeah,
first pick, that was Gabe Kidd,
yeah,
and let's remember that we didn't think too much about Gabe Kidd, and New Japan Pro Wrestling people didn't have eyes on it,
it's
and
true.
now with Gabe
People were
Kidd,
worried
people
about
are watching it a lot.
exactly. Yeah, that's true.
and and he's getting a match against Kenny Omega, the match when he comes back for a big
Yeah,
injury. So
true.
I think that's why for me is that's the great shout. But I don't know, Alex, what do you think? We let it to the fans, or do you want to say something else?
Hmm.
I think this is an award show, and I think we have to give somebody the award. I think with what you guys have said, I think it has to go to Gabe Kidd because of I mean, you've got Rohit's pick. Alfonso, you're pulling strong for it. He has had a fantastic year. So I am happy to give the award, a second award of the evening, to Gabe Kidd. However, we
Woo!
will put this one to the fans
For sure.
anyway, and we will shortlist Ludwig Kaiser, Gabe Kidd, and Mariah May, as we both, Alfonso and I
Yeah,
both mentioned her. So
yeah.
we'll let
Ludwig
the
Kaiser
fans
is
pick
a good
between
shout
those
though.
three. Yeah, we'll let the fans pick between those three. But I'm going to make an executive decision and give the breakout star for 2024 to Gabe Kidd. Great night for Gabe Kidd here at Ringside Ramblers. So,
Oh,
Sure.
the British are coming.
our, our final award for this show and for this year is most underutilized. Now, this isn't exactly a positive award. I think I'm going to use my spidey senses and think we're probably all going to go to AEW for this one because they have a track record over the past couple of years of completely fucking up guys' pushes and just not using people in the right way at all when they
Yeah.
have had so much potential. So I tell you what, Rohit, we'll go to you first. Who has been the most underutilized in 2024?
There's so many names, like not just from AEW. I feel like there's so many different names that I could say. Uh, one of the ones like I had on my list, and I feel tempted to say, but I'm not going to, and that's Shinsuke Nakamura because I feel like he's like, oh, Japanese contracts are running out. Let's use Nakamura as a negotiation tactic. That's what his role is in
But
WWE.
they may have just saved his year in a way by putting the United States title on him and giving him a new character. So
Yeah, that's
I
the
understand what you're
negotiation
saying.
tactic.
Yeah, yeah. Either
But
way, it's
yeah,
probably saved him from winning this award.
oh, for sure. Again, there's quite a few. I'm torn between two main ones. But just because I feel like you two might go for AEW stars, and I don't want to see most people like we hating on AEW, I'm gonna go with a New Japan guy, and I'm gonna go with Kenta,
Oh,
just because
I don't think he hasn't been underutilized. I think when he was utilized, he was a little bit underwhelming, to be honest with you.
that's the thing. You're correct, but the reason why I've got it, New Japan have lost so many big names, and they need someone to establish the new generation. You got fucking Kenta on your roster, just push him to the moon, and then have him kick everyone in the head. Not literally, but you know what I mean. You don't want to hurt anyone, but and then you have a monster champion that the young generation can literally try and take down. And I feel like that would have been perfect. Kenta gets his limelight, and he brings the new generation with him.
Okay.
I see.
So,
Wait, why you picked Kenta Rohit?
so
Um,
and just something different, you know. So, but I
yeah.
had a lot of
Obviously,
names. We'll go through it afterwards. But yeah,
we don't want to hate on AEW. That's not what we're here for. We're here to tell the truth and be honest. And
true.
AEW haven't utilized talent much. I
Yeah.
could say someone like Shad Gable may be underutilized. He has been on the main roster a lot, but I think his potential hasn't quite um, been there. Really, they could have done a lot more. They could have put the IC title on him, but for
Mm.
What's
me,
your pick?
I am going to say, for me, it's between Ricky Starks and Wardlow. I think two guys that have just got so much potential that were right there. AEW had both of them right there in the palm of their hands as the next big star. They could have been, taken on different roles in the company, but certainly at the top echelons of AEW, and the
Yeah.
fans were right behind them. They had everything there, and they completely blew it with both of them. I'm gonna. I don't know which of the two to pick. I think for the fact that he hasn't been used at all when he has so much talent in every department practically, I'm going to go with Ricky Starks.
Good pick. The only issue I have with that is we don't know if he wants to be there. We don't know the full story. Because it
He
feels
said he's ready. He has said for
that's
months he
true.
is ready to wrestle. They're ready. He is ready to go.
Yeah,
They just
but
won't use him.
But he seems like a
yeah,
the guy
yeah,
that just
no,
wants
that's
to leave and finish his contract and just go. So
exactly. For
that's why
me,
they're
for
not
me,
using him, which is go on, Alfonso.
like I try to take that into account, Rohit, to be honest with you, because I was thinking about guys like Penta El Cero Miedo or Ray
Yeah.
Phoenix that
Otherwise,
don't
great
want to
shout.
be there.
Yeah,
I want to say also Malachi Black, who doesn't want to be there.
I did.
Yeah.
I did have him in.
But I want to say Chad Gable, but he has had a lot of matches this year, so I cannot pick him. And then I went with a guy that has had some matches this year,
Mm,
but hasn't done a lot. And for me, it's between two guys, to be honest. But uh, Andrade, El Ídolo, has
yeah.
only had the Carmelo Hayes matches, and they
Oh
were good matches. And then I don't know where he is right now, and
no, you
that's
can't have him.
crazy
He
for
was
me.
speed champion. Sorry,
Yeah, so
speed champion
yeah,
match.
okay, okay.
No, it does.
He
I'm
can
just
be a
joking.
speed champion,
It does.
but then if we go also with the AEW route, like we can go also with Okada.
Yeah.
And
Fair.
I think in the end of the day, and for me this is the most difficult award because I don't think they're underutilized. I think there are too many wrestlers in wrestling
Mm,
right now. We need more promotions. We need more outlets. Like I don't think everybody can have a space in wrestling. So for me,
mhm.
I'm not getting this award. I don't have I don't have a vote. So you guys
Okay.
choose because I don't think I can give it to one guy because I simply think there are too many guys right now in wrestling. There's too many wrestlers.
And since Alfonso isn't picking, I'm gonna pick one for him from my list, and I'm just gonna throw Brian Cage out there.
Yeah. He's been underutilized as well.
I mean, we
I,
get
I,
Chris
I like.
Jericho versus Matt Cardona for the Ring of Honor Championship, and we got Brian Cage right there that could step in at any time. And instead, we getting no disrespect to both of them, but come
But
on.
it's been like that for years with Brian Cage. He's been right there. They could have done anything with him. I mean, look at the
Exactly.
guy. He's an
I don't
absolute
understand.
monster.
I don't
Um,
understand. Yeah.
I like Okada. I like that pick because he has done absolutely nothing of note. Bar come on the screen and just say bitch to everybody. He's done nothing. He's like the biggest New Japan star of the last 10 years. He's like arguably amongst smart marks anyway, the best wrestler of the last 10 years. And AEW have given him this giant contract and just done absolutely nothing with him. I don't know. Okada just seems happy to just take the paycheck and just do everything like
The best.
half-assed is the right word, but he doesn't seem to be into anything he's doing.
He's the best
Um,
businessman. That's what it is.
I mean,
Always
uh,
there.
between Ricky Starks and Kenta, Alfonso, who would you pick?
Uh, oh, very very difficult, and I think I'm going to go with uh, Ricky Starks, just because I know I said it's controversial to see if he wants to be there or not, but I'm very angry about him being pulled out of GCW. So Ricky Starks.
Should we actually just then go for Wardlow? Wouldn't that be a more sensible pick then instead? Because
Okay,
Because
I can
because he
tell,
said nothing about not about going. He said nothing
yeah,
about I'm unhappy. I don't want to be here.
yeah. Apart from his
okay, let's go for
injury, that's the
Warlow.
only thing. Like, obviously, that's holders his momentum. But apart from that, I don't know why he's not being used, and he clearly wants to be there. From what, like, I haven't heard anything controversial. Like, he doesn't, or has links to Cody, so there's no like
They they
reason.
had they had it with Wardlow when he turned on MJF and beat him flat in like
Yeah.
2 minutes. They had it. He was there, and they just completely fucked up Wardlow's push. And
Mm-hmm.
they've tried. They've stopped started a couple of times, and it. I don't think he's
Yeah.
ever going to come back from the booking, and it's not his fault.
It's not.
He's obviously he's quite green in the business because but he's clearly got talent and his look is incredible. So not
Yeah.
his fault, but yeah, I think okay, I'm happy to settle on Wardlow, guys.
Yeah, and like I said, you have Brian Cage there. If you're not going to use Brian Cage because you're trying to push Wardlow, then that's fair because they are kind of can fulfill similar roles. But if you're not going to use Wardlow, why are you not pushing someone like Brian Cage? You're pushing neither of
Tony
them. Man.
Khan just seems adverse to push
Makes
in big guys. I don't know what it is.
no sense. I get it. You're anti WWE. You want to be the alternative, but you can still push big guys.
But Wardlow was
Like,
just over as
yeah,
anybody in the
exactly.
company when he was. So it doesn't matter his size. He's over
For sure.
as anybody else in the company after the
100%.
MJF feud.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
there we go. Our most underutilized for 2024 is Wardlow.
Mhm.
Uh, that's everything,
That's
guys. Those are all our awards. So
nice.
just run them down real quickly. Best babyface, Orange Cassidy. Best heel, Gabe Kidd. Best feud, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Breakout star, Gabe Kidd. And most underutilized, Wardlow.
Yeah.
There
Uh,
we have it. That's the end of our Ringside Ramblers end of year awards for 2024. Like I said, please go and check out part one if you haven't already. We give out a further five awards on there. Rohit, Alfonso, thank you very much for helping me decide these awards. I know there's been a few debates, but we got there. We got every single one done.
Yep.
And like Alfonso said, we will put these to the fans on Facebook. So look out for that. Follow us on Facebook if you haven't at Ringside Ramblers. And we will let you guys pick your end of year awards for 2024. So have a Merry Christmas, everybody. And we will see everybody next time for another Ringside Ramblers podcast. Ciao, everybody.
Woo!
Ciao.
Ciao.